Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another news roundup. Happy Wednesday. To begin off, Japan's biggest YouTuber has bought a $10,000 Gucci Xbox Series X. So there's a lot of these companies making these custom-made Series X's. For example, Whataburger is giving away one. They have a Whataburger one. I've seen an LA Lakers controller. So there's a lot of custom Xbox stuff coming out. But Gucci had a $10,000 Xbox Series X that this Japanese YouTuber bought and made an unboxing of. As you can see, it kind of has like that purse print that Gucci does. So his name is Hikakin. He's Japan's biggest YouTuber. He has over 10 million subscribers. What is funny is he got basically Japan is never really an Xbox market. Like, Japan has just always been Sony and Nintendo, and Xbox has always kind of been a thing. So for a Japanese YouTuber to even buy an Xbox in a market where it's not really popular is very interesting enough, in my opinion. And this person that wrote this article also suggested it because it's just a tough market in Japan for the Xbox. But yeah, they purchased a super limited, super expensive Gucci Xbox Series X for $10,000. So he has this unboxing posted. He says he loves Gucci. He's basically decked out in Gucci wear, Gucci stuff like that. According to his video, he wanted an Xbox, so he shelled out for the console, saying, "I bought the Gucci collab Xbox that recently made waves on social media." In the video, he shows off an enormous cardboard box that the console arrived in, and he basically became famous. This goes on to say that he became famous beatboxing the Super Mario theme and donned white gloves to open the Xbox and Good Game branded Gucci trunk and remove his console. So look at this. The front and end sizes feature the GG monogram. The back doesn't. The HDMI cable and plug are also not branded by the Italian fashion house. So other than this branding on the front, the Gucci monogram, it's not a super custom Series X other than the front shell being changed. The rest of it's pretty normal and solid. So this is Gucci Xbox number 41 out of 100. So there's 99 other Gucci Xboxes out there in the world that people have. I'm very curious to see who has them. So I am actually pretty interested. So you can see right here, here's a comparison again. Gucci Xbox, regular Xbox. $10,000 was the price for this. Definitely not worth it with that. Not even a custom controller or anything like that. But Gucci's a big brand that a lot of people are, I guess, behind. Kind of like Supreme, I guess. Anyways, continuing on to the next article. We're going to talk about the next big thing that I could think of right now. And that's Ubisoft adding NFTs to its games. I'm still kind of unfamiliar with the NFT situation going on. I'm so confused. I'm so boomer about it. But starting with Ghost Recon Breakpoint, the company will start allowing players to buy and sell unique digital items. This is kind of interesting. I have no idea, but it's announced plans to add NFTs to its games. They're unique, non-interchangeable units of data stored in a digital ledger, which users can buy and sell. So this has become like the craze in 2021. I mean, lots of big influencers are making NFTs. People are making some serious dough with them. So Ubisoft Quartz is going to be the first platform for playable and energy efficient NFTs in AAA games. It's launching this week in beta with the PC version of Ghost Recon. It'll enable players to acquire digits, which are collectible in-game vehicles, weapons, and pieces of equipment. Digits will be released as part of limited editions, each made up of a fixed number of cosmetic items. Ubisoft said digits are a new way to experience cosmetic items, combining the fun of playing with AAA quality assets and the thrill of owning NFTs that represent unique collectible pieces of Ubisoft game worlds. Now, each digit has its own serial number, which can be viewed by other players in-game, and comes with a certificate of ownership. Players will be able to sell digits on third-party platforms outside of the Ubisoft ecosystem. So, in other words, players will make stuff, and it'll have a serial number that's unique to that digital item, and you can sell, buy, sell, and trade. Wow. This is going to become huge. Imagine if one huge big influencer, like for example, let's say Logan Paul, gets on there and makes like an NFT and it just makes millions off of it. It's ridiculous how people are buying digital shit like that and making, I don't know. I still am totally confused on it, but you can see it's basically the whole blockchain decentralized approach. It says it makes players essentially stakeholders of the games in a way that's also sustainable for our industry, placing back in their hands the value they generate through the time they spend, items they buy, or content they create online. And this is a quote from the VP of Ubisoft Strategic Innovation Lab. They go on to say, Ubisoft Quartz is the first building block in our ambitious vision for developing a true metaverse, and it can't come to life without overcoming blockchain's early form limitations for gaming, including scalability and energy consumption. And it's going to be using Tezos, which is a blockchain. So, very interesting world we are coming to. The beta for Ubisoft Quartz will be available starting tomorrow. So, check it out. There'll be free digits on December 9th, 12th, and 15th. I have no idea of anything about NFTs. I should make an 8-bit Eric NFT. Okay. Anyways, continuing on, we got a little bit of Switch news and Xbox news and Halo news, which Halo launched today, the campaign. But let's talk about Xbox. Phil Spencer, the boss of Xbox, he says he has zero energy to spend on console wars. You get all these Sony ponies and Xbox and Switch shells kind of doing this whole constant console war crap. I read it in my chat all the time, and I honestly don't have energy for that either. I prefer just to play what I enjoy. But this is interesting right here. It says he insists he's more interested in helping the industry grow. So Microsoft's gaming boss, Phil Spencer, claimed he doesn't see Xbox as being engaged in a battle with rival console makers, preferring instead to focus on how the industry is growing. So he spoke to Edge magazine. He said, I spend zero energy on how do I make other gaming platforms smaller so that Xbox gets bigger. I'm more interested in the growing pie gaming than I am our slice of the pie eating into someone else's. And it's why we focus on things like cross-play and cross-saves. I think about those scenarios of why you and I maybe can't play a game together, and it shouldn't be because of the console you bought versus the console I bought. And that's true. Xbox has been all about the cross-play thing. It's awesome when there's games out there that you can play your friends, like Call of Duty or Rocket League or even a Minecraft, or you know what I mean? Like, there's absolutely no excuse this day and age why if I have a PlayStation third-party game, I can't play with an Xbox or Switch guy or a PC guy, other than console limitations, like maybe a PS5 to a Switch or a PS5 to a Xbox One. There's generation differences there, but for the most part, there should still be cross-play, and Phil Spencer's all in on that. Xbox is all in on that. He said that doesn't help the industry grow when we put artificial barriers up on these things. Whether that means we're doing something different than the other guys, you'd have to ask them. But I'd say for us, it's not about somebody else getting smaller so that we get bigger. Now, Spencer did say last year that Microsoft views Amazon and Google as its primary competitors. And I think a lot of that has to do with the idea of the cloud that Microsoft is setting up. You know, the whole Xbox cloud and Game Pass and the ecosystem and all of that. So, very interesting words on that. Now, continuing on with an update a while back, a person named Gary BOWSER actually did a lot of hacking with Nintendo, and now Switch hacker Gary BOWSER must pay Nintendo $10 million on top of his $4.5 billion fine. The team executor member has been hit with a second fine. So this is a developing story from the last year. One of the key members of the Switch hacking group that sold mod chips has been given a second larger fine. So you can see he sold mods for the Switch and the 3DS, and it was a civil case between Nintendo and BOWSER, which was separate to a different federal lawsuit. So the $4.5 million comes from the federal lawsuit. The $10 million comes from the civil lawsuit. They were charged with 11 felony counts. If you don't remember, we covered it, including wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. If found guilty, the pair faced long prison sentences, with the 2 charges alone punishable by up to 20 years. So instead of facing trial, BOWSER pled guilty to 2 counts, which is trafficking in circumvention devices and conspiracy to circumvent technological measures and to traffic in circumvention devices. He offered to pay Nintendo $4.5 million as well as help them find other members of the team. So he snitched them out. So prosecution agreed to waive all the other charges as a result, but the judge warned that despite his plea bargain, he could still face prison time for the 2 counts he pleaded guilty to, with each punishable up to 5 years. So that was a pretty big lawsuit situation on top of that. So he could still face up to 5 years each count, and he has to pay all that money. Eeh. Fucking crazy there. Okay. Now, we got an update on Halo. Yesterday I reported that Halo wouldn't let you replay missions, and some of you guys got triggered as hell in the comment section. Apparently 343 Industries went back on the record and said that they are working on a change, and eventually it will fix to where you could replay your missions. So that is good news there. So they did confirm that you wouldn't be able to play all the missions, replay the missions without starting all the way over at launch. That means you wouldn't be able to get collectibles that you would miss the first time around. It also means it would be the first game without a way to go back and easily replay a chapter. But developer 343 Industries wants to add the feature down the line, kind of like how co-op multiplayer is not available right now either. So they said, we haven't announced a date, but that is being worked on. So there's a lot of features that are missing at this Halo launch, which is interesting. They went to say we want to have replay that works well, and when you have a more open game, it gets a lot trickier. So we made a decision to improve the quality of the single-player campaign to ensure that, as a foundation, that it's as strong as it possibly could be, so that we could then add the other features back. So, I don't know. On top of that, with having to wait 6 months for playing through the co-op campaign with a friend, it just kind of seems like it's a little bit disorganized in the way of 343 Industries' launch of Halo. And I don't know. But that's not the only Halo news that we have. Game Awards is tomorrow, and it is being teased, or I guess kind of like speculated, that the new Halo TV series teaser will be released ahead of the Game Awards trailer reveal. So supposedly there was supposed to be a reveal at the Game Awards, but now a new teaser has been released ahead of the arrival of the show's first trailer, which was debuting tomorrow. So the first teaser basically showed Master Chief putting on his mask, or his mark, not his mask, his his armor. And the new teaser that was released, you can see right here, shows Spartans readying for action. So we're going to get a trailer reveal is what I'm trying to say. I have mush mouth and a tongue twisting situation right now. But Game Awards, we're going to see a trailer reveal for Halo. So the teaser was released ahead of it is what I was trying to say. So yeah, it's going to be on Paramount Plus if you guys aren't aware of that. So yeah, we're getting a trailer reveal tomorrow at the Game Awards. Yeah, so pretty exciting. I'm actually looking forward to the situation with the Halo series coming out and all that. I know a lot of people are kind of worried that the series is not going to be good. They always doubt video game adaptations of TV shows and movies. But there's been a few good ones out there, like Witcher. The Witcher series has done pretty good. The Castlevania anime series has done pretty good as well. So it remains to be seen. I know Halo is obviously a series that's held in high regard from a lot of people in the gaming world. So if you missed it today, Walmart Plus did have their restocks. They sold out almost immediately. If you managed to get one today, good for you. It was exclusive for PlayStation Plus members. So I hope you guys got that. If I were you guys, I would basically stay signed up for Walmart Plus. You can use it for other stuff too, food delivery, discounts, stuff like that. But you never know when they're going to do another Walmart Plus exclusive drop. It seems like they're going to hold these consoles hostage behind that for the foreseeable future, instead of doing that gamer drop for the whole public audience. It seems that they're going to hold next-gen consoles as a perk to being a Walmart Plus member, which is unfortunate. Keep your eye out on other avenues. GameStop was rumored. Best Buy was rumored as well. Ant Online is always a viable option as well. But that's it. I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you guys for watching as always. I'll see you on the next video.